Hello, Year Sevens. Welcome to week 2 of online learning. I hope you're enjoying the warmer weather and are getting into your learning and getting an idea of where things are and how they work. So we are continuing our investigation into statistics, and this week our learning intention is to calculate the center and the spread of data. So what we mean by that is you're going to try and calculate what the typical score is, what's kind of in the middle of your data, and we're also going to calculate something called the range, which tells you how far your data is spread out. So if at the end of this week you can do these two things, if you can calculate the mean and calculate the range, then you've done your learning. And our second thing that we're going to do this week is we're going to compete in the Veggie Olympics. We're going to get our veggies out and they're going to do some sport for us. Okay, I find that sometimes if I've got to remember something, it helps to put it to a little bit of a song. So here is a song for you to help you remember how to calculate the median, the mean, the mode, and the range. So I could sing this song to you. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. You add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one that appears the most. The range is the difference between. Trust me, you don't want me to sing. But if you do want someone to sing it to you, if you click on the picture, it'll take you to this wonderful YouTube link of this guy who's got a better voice than I do. Only just. But that's there just to help you try and remember the different words. Because we've kind of got 4 words that we've learned in statistics. Mean, median, mode, and range. So they each mean something different, and you need to know how to calculate them. So that little song, to the tune of Hey Diddle Diddle, might help you remember it. Okay, let's get into this week's learning. We have got, just like last week, we've got 2 videos to help us do with our learning. The first one is going how to calculate the average, which is just another word for the mean. So how to calculate the mean. And then our second video is how to calculate the range, the 2 statistics we're introducing this week. So have a watch of those, take your notes like you did last week, or you should have done last week, and then you'll be ready to practice on the worksheets. So then you click on these worksheets, you do this in your maths book as a reminder, all of this is done in your maths books, calculate the average of those, the mean of those, we add them together, then we divide it by however many numbers there are. Do that in your maths book and then check your answers down the bottom here. Okay? So do these in your book, check your answers. That's your practice. When you think you're ready, when you're like, yep, I know how to calculate the mean, I know how to calculate the range, go and do our quiz for this week. We had lots of people completing the quiz last week, which is great. So make sure you do this quiz as well. And when you've done the quiz, that's that section of work all done and dusted. And then we get to do the fun bit of this week, which is the Veggie Olympics. So there'll be a video here for you to click on, and I'll explain to you what you have to get your potatoes, your onions, your beetroots to do. All right. As always, there's an extension activity if you want. There's a checkout activity for you to check. And I wanted to spend just a few minutes going over something from last week. So in our quiz last week, I could show you the results, but maybe I shouldn't. A lot of people got the questions about the median wrong. So they were really good at calculating the mode being the most common number. We look up here, the mode is the one that appears the most. But we weren't very good at calculating the median. A lot of people had a few troubles with that. So I'm going to quickly just go over the median, just so you're familiar with it. We're going to need to use it next week, so we need to get our head around it. So the median is the middle number. And there's 2 things we need to do to calculate it. We need to put the numbers, first of all, the first thing we do is we put the numbers from the smallest to the biggest. So we put them in order. So let's get some numbers. Let's say this is how much Weet-Bix I ate over the last 5 days. I started off with just a small amount. I had 2 Weet-Bix. Then I got pretty hungry, had 4. And not really hungry. I didn't really eat anything the night before, so I had 8 Weet-Bix. And then I decided I'd have toast, so I didn't want any. And finally, I had 4 Weet-Bix again. So here's our data. This is the number of Weet-Bix that Mr. Smedley ate over the last 5 days. So if we're trying to find the median, we're trying to find the middle number. What's the typical number of Weet-Bix that Mr. Smedley has? Well, the first thing we have to do is put them in order from smallest to largest. And when I looked back on the results for the quiz, a lot of people forgot to do this. They just went in, they found the middle one, but they hadn't put it in order first. So we get our numbers, get these numbers here, and we go, okay, let's put them, the smallest one is 0. Let's cross that out. Oh, then it's 2. Then we've got a couple of 4s. Cross those out, and then we finish with 8. And now that we've got them in order, then we can go on to finding the middle number. So one way to do it, I mean, it looks pretty obvious that this is going to be our middle number, but one way to do it is to cross off a number at each side until we get, that's my middle number there. The median, or the middle number, is 4. So I just want to encourage you, and I want to remind you of these steps. Put them in order from smallest to largest, and then median means middle, then you find the middle number. Okay, so I hope that kind of covers a bit of confusion which students had last week. Put them in order, then find your middle one. So enjoy doing the Potato Olympics. Remember that you've got your Google Meet. You can post questions if you've got them on the Google Classroom as well. Have a great one. All the best. See you in the next video.